I'm working with a piece of slab wood today. What I'm going to do is carve praying hands right in the center of this, and I'm actually using the center point for reference for my model. The problem is this is thick enough that it just barely fits under there, as you can see. So what I do is I remove my spoil board and mount it right to the work table. I could raise it if you see the screws here, but keep in mind that's for very light work. So if you raise it, make sure you slow your feeds and speeds down quite a bit so you don't put extra force on your bit. But you can do it that way. Now it's mounted, this is my rough cut. As you can see, it's mounted in 3 points, and I'm cutting the rough circle. I did this in 2 stages. I did the rough cut first, as you can see, and then I'll change my bits and proceed on to the next one. So you'll see that in a second. I'm going to change out the 1/4 inch bit and put in a 1 millimeter bit. What that will do, that's my finished bit. You notice when I loosen it up, it will go so far and then it catches again. That's because it's then going to pull that bit out of here. This binds up in here, so it pulls it out. So I'm going to replace this bit. It's wise sometimes to wear gloves when you do this so you don't cut your hands. But this bit's long enough I can grab it up here. I want enough depth that I can clear this as I'm carving. So as you see, you've got an edge here. You either have to reduce the inside or make it so that the bit's long enough that this doesn't bind on that. I've extended the bit a little bit. It's a long bit to start with, so it works out all right. Now I'll tighten it. You have to get these good and snug, so it's nice to use the right size tools. This is a 13 millimeter up here, and this is a 17 millimeter here, and it's good to have both boxed in and open and available, so you can use both of those tools. Okay, I have to zero it here. I don't want to change the X and Y zero, but I need to touch off here to zero it. I can use the zero pad if I want, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to inch it down until it touches, and then that'll be good. And then slowly move it down. It's in fast mode. Instead of always being fast mode. And I'm going to zero just the Z-axis. So I touch on it, hit zero, hit set, and it's going to say, "You sure you want to do this?" And I say yes. I'm going to bring it back up now. Now it's mounted in place and ready to go. And this is the finish. And actually it's at about 160 times faster than it normally is. I actually don't remember, but it was like 2.5 hours to do this carving. As you can see, it's cutting it, the praying hands, into the slab wood. The first cut, as I told you, was to actually get down to a smooth base. You can do that with this bit, but it's, as you can see on the far end, I'm not really sure whether it'll be long enough. I think it would be, but it's actually, I think, better to do it this way. Do your rough cut with your 1/4 inch to clean out that material, and then you can put your praying hands in there. Turns out pretty good. There was a hole in the middle because of a mistake I made, but that's okay. I'm still gonna use the extra hole to actually put a nail in, so it'll be praying hands with a nail, which is kind of unique, but it turned out really well, as you'll see in the final clip. Okay, now we're going to remove it. I just took off the clamps and rotated it out from underneath there and dusted it off, and this is the way it turned out in the rough. You can see that there's some blemishes that I'll sand off, but it turned out pretty good. Here's a close-up after it's been, I put rub-on poly on it, and it turned out pretty good. Thanks for watching.